Hey everybody, welcome back for another activity. This is a math activity, and for this activity what we're going to work on is we're going to work on how to use tens and ones to think of a bunch of different addition problems that can make a certain number. So given a two-digit number like 98 or 72 or 17 or 51, we're going to talk about how to use tens and ones to make up a bunch of different problems where the answer would be one of those numbers. So this lesson we're going to be talking about something called add-ins, and add-ins are the part of an addition problem that lead to the answer. So in the problem 2 plus 3 equals 5, 2 and 3 are the add-ins. But today we're going to be doing it with two-digit numbers, not just one-digit numbers like 2 and 3 and 5, but two-digit numbers like 23 and 34 and 77. So we're going to be talking about those two-digit numbers. And again, how to use tens and ones to figure out how to create a bunch of different addition problems to make a two-digit number. So first we should review how to make a number out of tens and ones. So when you've got a number like 23 has two tens and three ones in it. And in our classroom, our tens are like these little sticks and our ones are these little bitty cubes. And when we're not using the sticks and the cubes, we just draw a straight line to make a 10 and little circles to make the ones. So for a number like 23, I would draw two straight lines for the two tens and three little dots or circles for the three ones. So you'd have two tens and three ones to make 23. For a number like 67, I'd draw 6 lines to make the 6 tens and 7 little circles to be the 7 ones. And that's how I would make those numbers. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about how to make addition problems out of that. So let's say I wanted to do it with the number 54. Okay, well first of all, to make 54, that's 5 tens and 4 ones. So 5 straight lines and 4 little circles. 5 tens and 4 ones would make 54. Now if I want to make an addition problem where the sum, the answer, is 54, what I could do is I could take those tens and ones and kind of split them up into groups. So instead of drawing the 5 tens all together and the 4 ones all together, I could put some of the tens in one spot and some of the tens in another spot and some of the ones in one spot and some of the ones in another spot and make a math problem. So in the case of 54, I could say I could put 1 10 and 2 ones, which would be 12, over on one side, and then I could put the other 4 tens and 2 ones over on the other side, and then I would have made a problem which 12 plus 42. I'm trying to remember all this in my mind because I can't see what I'm drawing over here, so I'm trying to remember it all in my head. So that's what you would get is by splitting up those problems to make 54, you could get a problem like 12 plus 42 equals 54. And I could do this over and over again. I could keep changing how many tens are in one spot, how many ones are in another spot, shifting them around, and make a whole bunch of different problems. What I'm going to show you now is a little chart where I've done this, and you can see that every single time there's 5 tens and 4 ones to make 54, but I've put the tens and the ones in different places to make as many different problems as I can that would equal 54. So here's the chart. All right, so you saw how I did that, how I created a bunch of different math problems that all equaled 54. So now what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to do the same thing, but your number is going to be 65. So that's 6 tens and 5 ones, 65. So you're going to make as many different addition problems as you can with 2 add-ins. So something plus something equals 65. And use those tens and ones to help you. Just keep drawing different combinations of tens and ones and figuring out how many different math problems you can make that equal 65. And then, as always, if you finish and you want to take a picture of it and share it with me, that would be great. I would love to see your work. If you enjoy this and you want to take it a little further, one thing you could do, of course, you could just keep picking different 2-digit numbers and trying to see how many different problems you can make. But you could also try doing it with 3 add-ins. So taking that same number, like 65, you, instead of splitting the tens and ones into 2 groups, you could split the ones into tens and ones into 3 groups to make 65. And there's a bunch of different ways to do that. And so that's another challenge you could do, or even 4 groups. All right. Remember, if you want to do more activities that I've created, just click on my little face down on the bottom next to my name, Andy Young, and that'll take you to my channel, and you can pick other activities. If you really liked this activity, there's another specific activity where we did the same kind of thing with smaller numbers, but 3 add-ins to make those numbers, and I'll put a link to that particular activity down in the description so you can go straight to it if you want to. All right. Have a good day.